The skies over Europe have turned into a flashpoint of great power rivalry, where aerial incursions and drone swarms are rising the stakes day by day. In mid-September, Estonia accused Russia of violating its airspace in what Thailand described as a brazen breach. According to Estonian officials, 3 Russian MiG-31s crossed into its skies near the Gulf of Finland for nearly 12 minutes. Transponders off, unresponsive to air traffic control. NATO condemned the act and warned Russia that repeated provocations would not go unanswered. Estonia and Poland even pushed for consultations under Article 4 of the NATO treaty. Russia denied the allegation outright, claiming the West was fabricating stories to stir confrontation. Soon after, Europe witnessed a surge of drone activity that added to the tension. Denmark reported unauthorized drones over 4 airports, including Aalborg and Balland, both near sensitive military sites. Poland revealed that almost 2 dozen drones have entered its airspace earlier in the month, forcing NATO to shoot several down and restrict flight zones. In response, NATO launched Operation Eastern Sentry, a collective effort to strengthen air surveillance and readiness across its eastern flank. Meanwhile, German and Swedish jets intercepted a Russian reconnaissance aircraft in the Baltic Sea, once again flying without a filed plan or radio contact. Together, these incidents point to a sustained pattern of pressure on NATO's perimeter. For Ukraine, these actions are a deliberate strategy by Moscow to widen the war. Putin just keeps escalating, expanding his war and testing the West, warned Ukraine's foreign minister after drones were spotted in Poland. President Volodymyr Zelensky also stated that Russia's drones know exactly where they are headed and called the violation an obvious expansion of the war. Germany's defense minister agreed, insisting there was no chance these were accidental or navigational mistakes. From this perspective, the message is clear. Russia is intentionally pushing against NATO's borders to test the alliance's unity and resolve. Still, questions remain about whether every incident is truly deliberate. Drones used in the conflict are often cheap, fitted with pre-programmed routes and vulnerable to GPS jamming. When signals are disrupted, these drones can veer off course, lose direction and sometimes fall from the sky. Russia has also been known to deploy decoy drones designed to overwhelm air defenses, which may explain why some ended up straying into Polish airspace. This raises the possibility that while some incursions are intentional provocations, others may be unintended byproducts of electronic warfare. Moscow, for its part, has rejected all accusations. Russian officials claimed their drones were aimed at military facilities in western Ukraine, not NATO treaty. They accused the West of exaggeration and hysteria. Kremlin spokesmen argue that NATO and Ukraine accuse Russia of provocations on a daily basis, often without evidence, framing Russia as the target of propaganda rather than the aggressor. The United States has also been pulled into the debate. President Donald Trump initially suggested that Russian drones entering Polish airspace could have been a mistake, which drew strong criticism from Warsaw. Later, after meeting President Zelensky at the United Nations, he shifted his tone, declaring that NATO countries should shoot down any Russian aircraft violating their airspace. This change of stance reflects the growing political weight of the issue, with Washington under pressure to demonstrate solidarity with NATO allies. In Europe, policymakers are now looking for long-term solutions. Defense ministers from several countries are preparing to discuss the creation of a drone wall, a coordinated shield to block future incursions. Denmark has already joined this initiative. European Commission President has voiced her support. If built, such a system could transform the security landscape along NATO's eastern flank, creating a permanent barrier against Moscow's unmanned threats. Taken together, these developments reveal a broader geopolitical context. For Russia, incursions, whether manned or unmanned, serve as tools to test NATO's defenses, probe radar gaps, and project strength without triggering outright war. For NATO, the task is to deter and reassure without overstepping into escalation. Ukraine insists these moves are deliberate escalations, while Russia denies them entirely. Between these opposing narratives lies the real danger: miscalculation. A drone mistaken for an attack, a fighter jet intercepted too aggressively, or a radar lock misread in tense skies could turn this shadow war into a direct confrontation. The direction of this conflict now hinges on three factors: whether Russia escalates drone operations toward critical infrastructure, whether NATO loosens its rules of engagement to authorize quicker shootdowns, and whether pressure from frontline states leads the alliance to adopt a harder collective stance. What is certain is that the skies over Europe have become more than just contested airspace. They are now a chessboard where every move carries both a message and a risk. The key question is, how long can this dangerous game continue before it tips into a crisis that neither side truly wants?